Hello, this is Way of Weinstein, wherever you may be and however you may be watching, live in the financial district of New York City, Facebook Live and YouTube, here to preview the upcoming NFL season. Football's back. I'm excited. Everyone but the Falcons is undefeated. God, they are choke artists. Alright, so let's get into my predictions. I'm going to start with the AFC. AFC East, Patriots. Sam Darnold not ready to take over the AFC East yet, but that will come sooner or later. The North, I got the Steelers. I considered the Ravens, but I figured Le'Veon's going to come back sooner, and yeah, they just have too much talent. And Antonio, I think Roethlisberger's on the decline, but doesn't matter. Okay, the South, this one I got the Colts. I love Andrew Luck. I think we forgot how great Andrew Luck was before he got injured. Quentin Nelson, that's going to help Luck a lot. And in the West, I've got the Chiefs. They've got a ton of talent. Kareem Hunt and Mahomes. You know what? I'm going to buy into it. I think he's going to do very well this season. And so for the AFC playoffs, the two wild cards I've got are the Chargers and the Texans. Phillip Rivers, Ingram, Bosa, they're well in the Texans. As long as Deshaun can stay healthy, I think they're going to be a very formidable team this year. So as far as the wild card matchups, I've got the Texans beating the Chiefs in Kansas City, and I got the Chargers going to Indy and beating the Colts. And for the divisional round, I've got the Patriots absolutely clobbering the Texans, and the Chargers going to Pittsburgh and winning a close one in Pittsburgh because, again, I think the Steelers have been very overrated. Let's be honest. Roethlisberger's 2 Super Bowls. One, he had the lowest quarterback rating in the history of a Super Bowl winning quarterback of under 23. A quarterback rating is a scale around 103.8, and his quarterback rating was under 23. The second time, Tom Brady was out for the year. It's kind of important. And for the AFC Championship game, yeah, I think the Chargers are great, but come on, they're not going to Foxborough and beating Brady. That's not happening. And now to preview the Jets, I think the Jets are going to surprise a lot of people. I think they're going to go 9-7. I think Darnold's going to potentially make me go bald that the Giants didn't take him. So I think Todd Bowles is going to have a great year. They got a good defense, and within 2 to 3 years, they will win that division. Okay, let's go to the NFC and who the Patriots will be facing in the Super Bowl. So the East, I got the Eagles. Eagles have the best cumulative offensive and defensive lines. And Peterson just has a system where it's either wins, falls. Doesn't really seem to matter. They just win games, unfortunately. Okay, the North, I've got the Packers. Rodgers is just Aaron Rodgers. And behind Tom Brady, he's the best quarterback in the NFL. He's just that great. He's going to put him on the back as long as he doesn't get injured. I think they will just eke out the Vikings. South, I got the Saints. Drew Brees, he's great. Kamara, Ingram, and that was such a the play of that to Stephon Diggs. That wasn't Brees' fault at all. There's nothing really that he could have done about that. And realistically, that was their year to get to the Super Bowl. But I think they're going to win the South this year. And the West, love the Rams. I'm very high on Jared Goff this year. Gurley, Cooks, Donald, Sue. I think the Rams are going to be fantastic this year. And the wild cards, I've got the Vikings and I've got Carolina. I like Kirk Cousins. I think Dalvin Cook's going to have a good bounce back year, but I don't love Kirk Cousins. And I really like Carolina. I think McCaffrey's going to have a really good sophomore year. So let's go to the wild card matchups in the NFC. So I've got the Saints over the Panthers, and I've got the Packers over the Vikings. So for the divisional rounds, I've got the Eagles over the Packers, and I've got the Rams over the Saints. So for the NFC Championship game, as much as I do like the Rams, they are young, they are very talented, but the Eagles in a chilly, like Lincoln Financial Field in a cold Philly night or afternoon, whichever time the game's being played, I think that'll be too much for the Rams to overcome. So it's going to be a rematch. But before I get to my Super Bowl prediction, a couple of regular season awards. So MVP, love Goff. I think he's going to be joining the conversation for top 5 quarterbacks within a year from now. For Rookie of the Year, I got my guy Saquon Barkley. I think he's a monster. He can catch it. He can run it. He can block. He's going to do a lot of great things this year. But unfortunately, with the Giants, I think they're going to go 7-9 because I think the NFC is just too loaded, and their schedule just right off the bat. Today against the Jaguars, next week at Dallas, and then at Houston, and then home against New Orleans. I can see them getting off to a 1-3, potentially 0-4 start, and that may be too tough for them to come back from. And also, it takes time for an offensive line to gel together, and Eric Flowers is still on that line. Eric Flowers, over under on times I scream about him today's probably at a good 100. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I got Roquan Smith. Bears know how to draft linebackers. And Coach of the Year, Todd Bowles. I think that the Jets are just going to miss the playoffs, and he's going to overachieve a lot with that roster. Okay, so my Super Bowl pick for this year is Patriots and Eagles. Belichick and Brady have been stewing in all of their defeat this past offseason, having to watch Peterson with his book and the underdog mask and the whole Philly. I think Belichick's not going to take them lightly this year. And also, Brandon Cooks getting injured was a big hit. I'm not saying that's the reason. That's the reason why. And if they don't have Malcolm Butler this year, but whoever is their top defensive player throughout the season, don't bench him. Unless he did something egregious, like a crime, or just if he did a crime that is punishable by law, then to suspend him. Other than that, don't bench your best players. Suspend him for the couple games the following season. Don't do that. I can't. This is putting me in an odd situation where I hate the Patriots, I hate the Eagles, but I hate the Eagles a lot more. So I think that the Patriots are going to get their revenge, 27-24 over the Eagles. And what do you guys think is going to happen this NFL season? What's your guys' Super Bowl predictions? Who do you think is going to win the divisions, the awards? Again, if you like this video, like it, share it, write a comment. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to me on YouTube at Way of Weinstein. Best of luck to your team, except if you root for a team that's not the Giants in the NFC East or the Patriots. Football's back. Let's go. Happy Sunday. Have a great one.